Absolutely. And that's the thing. YouTube is an amazing feature with them. So the frequencies, the channel type that you have with it, when you program a frequency, I'm going to get into all of this in a minute. But the other things that you've got to be aware of are what we call zones. Okay, and this is the code plug that I have. A zone is like, how can I kind of correlate it so that you'd know? A zone is what they consider a talk group. Okay, a talk group is an area that condenses a bunch of channels in it. Okay, so what happens is, this is the code plug. I've got Barrie, Calgary, Chatham, Collingwood, Cornwall, Covey Hill, Edmonton, all over. And then what I eventually did with this, let me just move this over here. As we go through, got most of Canada in here, Winnipeg. Then I've added my own code plug, or my own zones. I made a zone for Manitoulin Island. I made a zone for Sudbury. I made a zone for the Hamvention when we go down to Dayton. I made another one for Dayton. I made V3RXR DMR1.
Excuse me for a second, Al. When you say zone channel, it's showing 16, it's showing 10, 19. What does that mean?
This is the number of channels that are in the zone.
Okay.
Okay.
Where did you get this code plug? Did you make it or did you find it?
I got the original code plug, and I'll show you where to go and get Canadian code plugs. I'll show you the website to go to, Michael. But then I've added to it. I took a basic code plug and I added and made it my own, is basically how you do this. So these were ones already existing. So if I travel to Toronto, I've got all the channels. If I click on the Toronto zone in that, basically there are 15 channels in Toronto that I can work off 3 zones in Toronto, because there's 30, 33 or no, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28 channels in and around Toronto that can be used.
Is a zone considered a repeater?
No, a zone is like a reflector.
Okay, it's okay. I just want to, I'm trying to compare a zone to something.
Terminology for DMR is totally different. You got to remember, DMR was built for commercial radio. Okay, so think about, I think you worked for, I forget what you worked for.
Xstrata.
Okay, so maybe the zone for some area of that corporation, okay, are on one zone group. Another group are on another zone. Another group are on another zone, okay? For instance, the OPP, okay? We used similar technology. We used P25, which is similar to DMR, but it was P25. And we had different zones: Northeast Ontario zone, Southern Ontario zone, Western Ontario zone, and Northwest Ontario zone. So we had 4 different zones in the province. So the Northeast zone, we had a bunch of talk groups, okay? A talk group contained a bunch of repeaters in that talk group. So we had Manitoulin, Blind River, Sault Ste. Marie, Wawa, Timmins, Parry Sound, all those different areas. And depending on the talk group that we went to, 3 ops 01, 3 ops 02, 3 ops 04, 3 ops 05. Those are the different talk groups. Manitoulin was 3 ops 05. And if you put a digital scanner on, you'll see 3 ops 05 pop up for Manitoulin. So it gets a little complicated there, but this is how it's basically done. So you have the various zones. So for Manitoulin, what we did is I set up Manitoulin zones, okay, to have various different channels in it. Now, I put the open spot simplex frequency for my open spot hotspot. I have V3RQQ, V3RII, V3WVU, V3RXR FM. I have V3YGR, RXR EMG for the portable repeater. Then I have 446075 DMR simplex, 446.000 FM simplex, 446.500 DMR simplex. Then I have my Shark, RF Shark hotspot, sim frequency. And then we took 3 separate simplex frequencies on DMR for Dayton. When we walked around, the group that went down to Dayton, we walked around with DMR frequencies, Sim 1, Sim 2, Sim 3. Then my BlueStack, I had that, and then the Zoom spot. So these are all my hotspots, and if you notice, they're all UHF, okay? There's no 2 meter or 440 systems under the Manitoulin group. I did that under another zone. So if I click out of there, I'll go to the next zone, which is known as Sudbury. So I click on Sudbury and I put V3YGR, V3ONL, Dayton 1, 2, and 3, and then the simplex frequencies under Sudbury. That's how I set this one up that way, okay? Then I put Hamvention. Go here. These are all the DMR repeaters and analog repeaters in Dayton. So I put them all in there, plus Dayton Sim 1 and Dayton Sim 2. I put those under that group. Then I go to, where were we next? Dayton. I did Dayton, or did I do Hamvention?
You did have mention.
Okay. So Dayton, I did similar with the, I put the 3 Dayton simplex frequencies, the repeaters. These are all DMR repeaters, 446-500. ERA repeater, we had our own repeater down in Dayton, a portable repeater that we took with us, and another one there. So that was done for that. Then RXR, or DMR repeater on Manitoulin. So I set it up with different talk groups. RXR Brandmeister talk group, so that's my talk channel. My disconnect channel, code 4326 Canada-wide channel, 4639 for USA, P25 302310 Canada, RXR TAC 11, RXR TAC 312, RXR TAC 310. These are different channels that you can talk on. RXR Worldwide Channel 91, or Talk Group 91. RXR North America Talk Group 93. And then I put some simplex frequencies in. The Ontario-wide Talk Group 3023. Canada-wide Talk Group 302. RXR to RXR local DMR to talk locally. And then my open spot, my Zoom spot, and the ERA Talk Group 302050, which is cross-linked over to the D-Star XRF 103 Bravo, and RXR 3029 New Brunswick.
Al, excuse me for a second.
Yep.
When you're talking, let's say, to Dennis or anybody on DMR, are you using Brandmeister?
We are using Brandmeister, and we're using Talk Group 302310 is the one where we're usually hanging out.
Okay, I can remember you mentioning something to that effect. I just wanted to verify.
Yeah, exactly. So that's when and I'll show you how it works on the radio. Okay, Then I've got DMR hotspots. So all my hotspot channels are all here, plus the simplex frequencies. So I've got them under one zone. You can set up a zone with anything you want. Here's Manitoulin analog channels. So I've got that. If I go, I've got V3 RMI, V3 LTR, V3 TOP, RQQ SIM, V3 RQQ, V3. So for instance, what I would do is, let me just stop showing this for a second and show you on the radio. So if you look at my screen, I will talk. So what I do is I hit the menu setting. Let me see if I can focus this in here.
There, okay.
There is a hotspot, open spot. See a
Oh.
DMR open spot.
All right, so I'm going to go to menu, and then I'm going to toggle down to see where it says zone. So
Yeah.
unfortunately,
It's the last one on the bottom.
okay, and select the zone. And now you can see the various different zones that I have in there that I had in the programming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select, let me just do it this way easier because I can see it. So now I'm going to connect with Manitoulin analog. Okay. And I'm going to select the zone. And now I've got the various channels. I turn the knob at the top of the radio. Let me just
Whoa, what, there,
Yeah,
okay.
whoa, right there, and along.
so there's
Okay,
RMI.
Yeah,
So-
okay, see it, yeah. Yep,
The 3A JB testing. Okay.
are you picking that up, Dennis, right now?
No,
What channel are you on, Dennis?
2310. 302310.
Oh no, I'm not on that. I was
No,
trying.
he's on his own over there.
It's on
Okay.
RMI.
Yeah, on the RMI one.
VA3 CTE, V3A.
Here.
Do you copy, Ted?
I lost you at the last part of that, but I'm on my ADP and I'm not in a good spot, but I can hear
Okay.
you. Okay.
Okay. So I'm on RMI. So there's analog off the radio. Okay. So now if I change zones, I go to a different zone, and now I'm going to go to we go to RXR. There's RXR, DMR, RXR2.
Okay,
Okay, so yeah, DMR2.
That, select the zone, and now I'm going to go to 302310. Are you on there? Who was on there? Dennis?
Dennis,
I'll grab a radio.
Go ahead.
The 3A JB testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on 302310. And one of the reasons I may not be getting through is because 91 is active on our repeater right now. Try it?
VA3 DCB testing 1, 2.
No, I'm not getting it because I bet Talk Group 91 is going like crazy right now because of the worldwide.
Alan, is that a stub antenna you're using right now?
The which? Yeah, it's a different stubby antenna. but
All right.
because I'm so close to the repeater, I don't need, or using my hotspots around the house. Okay, let me just boot up here. And that's what's happening. Just hang on. Yeah, I'll be right there, dear. I'll be right back, gang. Hang on a sec.
That's the only problem. If you're on the 91 worldwide and you want to go on to the 2310, you got to wait till there's a cancellation in between the two to click it in.
Okay, so you gotta wait till, there's
There's
no
an opening.
modulation on the channel.
That's right.
Okay,
And there's a delay.
Hmm.
HJ6, Mike Romeo Foxtrot.
That 91 is on 24 hours a day.
so you gotta break in on that channel and it's hard to do, I guess.
Yeah, you just key up the mic for a while. And it'll change it on your radio.
Okay. Huh.
How you feeling, Maureen?
Not too bad at all. I was up to the island.
Oh, really?
My daughter called me last week and she said, Mom, next week on Tuesday, we're leaving for the island. I said, we are? She said, are you going to be able to travel? And I said, I think I can. I'm getting pretty bullheaded. After being in bed for 6 weeks, I'm bullheaded.
Yeah.
Now we went up on Tuesday and we were back Thursday.
Did you
So
cross on the
now-
ferry?
Yeah, we crossed on the ferry. It was a
Okay.
little rough going, but we made it. And
Good,
you
good.
take a gravel, you can handle anything.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
whereabouts on Manitoulin Island did you go?
Over at Providence Bay where my house was, where my
Okay.
house is.
Yeah.
My son was there with his wife
Okay.
and my daughter came over with her husband and my grandson from Ice Lake.
Oh,
And of course, the neighbors that I had wanted to set all this up, you know, I didn't know a darn thing about it.
oh
I
my
thought
gosh,
they
it was a
were
good
papers,
get together
but-
then.
Oh, we had a great time.
Oh, that was
It
fun,
was
eh?
a great trip.
Yeah. Okay.
I couldn't do earlier, but I'm up to it now.
Okay. Good for you.
Yeah.
Your voice is coming good too, eh?
I haven't lost my voice now for about a week.
Good
Okay.
for you.
For you. That's great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, so what's happening is the Worldwide Talk Group is every Saturday from 11 a.m. to about 3 in the afternoon. They have a net that goes on.
All right, we're gonna now move to.
But
the
that's
Nordic
always busy.
So we're gonna start with Finland by itself. There are many check-ins there, so we'll take Finland. Finland, please.
Oscar Hotel 3 Bravo Kilo.
Best week. And then
That audio isn't very good now. Anyway, so it's going on. That's why we weren't able to connect on the other channel
Yeah,
because it's taken priority over the.
yeah. You got to have a good break in between before you can switch over to the.
So let me quickly go back to the.
Alan,
Yes.
I've got some guests that just arrived, so
Okay.
I'm gonna check out. But can I get you to email me that address where you said you can get the Canadian cold plugs?
Yeah, I will. I will.
Super, appreciate it. Thanks.
Okay, Michael.
7-3 to everyone. Have a great weekend.
Take care, Michael.
Bye.
Bye bye.
So that's basically, yeah. So when you're doing up the actual zones, you can put the various different channels in there. So you've got to have your 7-digit ID number and then your name, or your call sign, your name in there under radio ID. Then you have a contact group. These are people that you need to contact, or if you put them in there, for the various different zones. And then you have a digital contact list, which can take all kinds of information in there with just about everybody's 7-digit number in the world with it. That's why when I turn this on and I listen, you can see the person's name and their location and everything pop up here, because you get the contact list and you insert the contact list into the system. So no, it's not there. I'm just trying to figure out.
So with DMR, when there's a group talking, like say the worldwide group is talking, you actually can't go to another channel and use the radio because that group is taking up that.
Well, what happens is, you see, you can have 2 conversations on the same repeater at the same time, because you have time slot 1 and time slot 2. All right. So if Dennis and I want to talk, okay, there's activity going on the RXR repeater right at the
Yeah.
all right. So what happens is, I've given priority to the worldwide talk group right now. Okay. The reason being is, if anybody that's on DMR here on Manitoulin want to use that net, it'd be like checking into the D-Star net on Friday nights. You have priority to do that, and nobody's going to interfere with you to check into that net. If I start to talk to Dennis on a different talk group on that same repeater, we have to coordinate it so that we're not interfering with the other talk group at the same time. And it's time slots, which makes it kind of complicated.
Yeah.
You can technically have 2 conversations going at the same time, but you've got to coordinate it so that it doesn't interfere with one another. And the reason why we couldn't initially connect is because the other talk group was going off at the same time. So we got to wait for a break and then go.
Yeah.
It gets kind of complicated with it, but that's
Okay.
for.
I guess that would be one of the disadvantage of DMR.
Well, there's actually, it's an advantage, because you can have 2 conversations going at once, where on D-Star or on System Fusion, you can't. There's only 1 conversation at a time on those digital modes. Nice thing about DMR, it's like having 2 repeaters in one. Okay. The only problem with it is that the time. So what we have to do is start our own conversation, get that rolling, then the other one goes off, and doing that. So for instance,
Is there like a timeout for the different conversations?
well, it's like the break in communications itself, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
So let me just check something. Dennis, are you on 302.310 now? On your hotspot?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let me just try something here, and I'll try and break through it here. And I'll just show you, Claude, how you can have 2 conversations going at once. Okay.
And that is all I have, and all she wrote. Any others from Finland, please come down.
So he's calling Finland station.
Yep.
Okay. So
One travel Mike Zulu. One travel Mike Zulu.
Hotel 1 Bravo Mike Zulu from Finland.
Oscar Hotel 4 Juliet Papa. Oscar Hotel 4 Juliet Papa.
So these are all stations coming in worldwide. Now let me go.
Oscar Hotel 2 Golf River Golf.
See, it's busy. They're constant coming in on it. So let me go here. I'm going to change.
Oscar Hotels India Lima.
And now I'm going to.
Hotel 3
Just going to the other channel. I'm just checking various channels. I do not normally go through all these different.
Is that Morse code, Al?
Just about, eh?
Yeah. Very, very slow.
It's aggravating.
Echo 3, Mike India Oscar.
I'm trying to find the right zone where I've got everything listed.
You need to work on your spacing of your dots and dashes.
There you go. It's not quite Morse code, but I'm working on it. Okay. So now let me just, I'm going to stop sharing for a second. I just want to check something. And I'm looking at the time sequence. Just go here. Oh, somebody's trying to connect.
I know VA3RQ was on it there for a bit.
Oh, was he?
Oh, Johnny.
Johnny.
Johnny. Here's Johnny.
Mike India Oscar.
Okay, so now I'm going to try and connect with you there. VA3, DCB, V3AJV calling.
Yeah, VE3AJB. This is VA3DCB.
So there you go. So now we can have our conversation. VA3 DCB, V3A. Sounding good there. No problem at all.
So you're connecting through RMI?
No.
RMI
No.
is strictly analog. I'm connecting through RXR DMR repeater.
Yep. Roger D.
So,
there. Al, sounding good at the
RXR
NT,
C?
VA3DC.
No, D, B,
RXR B.
B. So that would be designated to DMR. Okay, now I'm okay
At the moment.
at the moment.
Can be D-Star if I want to, because I think you all remember that here's the situation with the repeater. Right now, it's let me go here, open spot, and I want to go to DMR. So here's the repeater here, right now, the Pi-Star digital repeater on 442050. Okay, and right now you see it's transmitting, but it's on talk group, time slot 1, talk group 91.
Yep, I see it.
So it's on, basically, if I turn,
Here, I have it here on ours there.